Hi, my name's Charlie, welcome back to Cine Channel, and today I ain't gonna be reviewing shit. Today I'm gonna be talking about why I think Marvel has been flopping at the box office recently. Now, I think the movies have been good this year. Like, I think the Fantastic Four was great, I think the Thunderbolts was great, and I think Captain America Brave New World was good. Financially, all these movies have failed. I bet Kevin Feige's pissed because he had a $1 billion movie last year and they had one movie last year. Now that they make three, and one of them's Fantastic Four, they all fail. I bet he's going, what the hell? But I just wanted to break it down by movie this year, talking about why I think they failed. I hope Marvel has a great future. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, and then the whole reboot. But unfortunately, they're not doing too hot right now. So let's just begin with Captain America Brave New World. Now, this movie is probably the most prominent on why it failed. This movie was kind of a Frankenstein. It was shot twice, and that's confirmed by the leader actor. There was so many things cut from the movie and added on. Like, Gus was just added in reshoots, and they kicked out a wrestler and some girl. I don't know their names. This movie had a whole nother plot. They had to do a recast because William Hurt died. Now, all these things just made a kind of mess of a movie. And just the script wasn't that good. Because if you have a character that's supposed to be the smartest in the world, the writer has to be the smartest person ever. And that just obviously is impossible. Also, this movie had kind of false marketing with the Red Hulk, using it in every scene to try to get as much people in theaters as they can, when the Red Hulk was only in one scene at the very end. It was kind of a lackluster fight. I think the original Falcon and the Winter Soldier show could have been the origin for Sam and his first movie, and then this could have been something later. But this was just a weird movie to start off, and this was a Hulk movie, not a Captain America movie. It was a Hulk movie without the main character, Hulk. So I still think it was okay, but I don't know what Marvel was doing with this one, and I see why it flopped, and that's why I think it flopped. Stitched together, false marketing, and people just aren't really interested in a villain that took you 17 years to pop up again. Next, I want to talk about the Thunderbolts. Now, this was a great film in my opinion, and a lot of people think this was a great film. It had emotion, it had depth, and it was creative and introspective, but it still ended up flopping, and I think that's because, one, Disney Plus. All these characters, or a majority of these characters, come from Disney Plus, so you have to do a bunch of homework. And this is a relatively unknown group and unknown characters. I wouldn't say a lot of people know Red Guardian, or Yelena, or John Walker. Another thing which can kind of count is false marketing, but Marvel always does this, and it's not like really where anybody's mad. But they killed Taskmaster off in the first couple seconds, and they marketed the hell out of her, using her in like every poster, so I don't know what happened there. Also, maybe people just weren't really interested and they were more looking forward to Fantastic Four instead of the Thunderbolts. And also the name change, which I thought was cool, could have just been confusing to the general public. That's why I think the Thunderbolts flopped at the box office. Last but not least, the Fantastic Four. Now, this one should have been the greatest out of all of them, and it started off that way and then dropped. Now, this could be superhero fatigue. A lot of people are just sick now with seeing the same thing over and over again. A Marvel movie just came out a month before this, so maybe people just didn't want to see that because they just saw another Marvel movie. The release window is kind of weird with them being right next to each other. And the release with this being right next to Superman. A lot of competition. So they could have moved it out to like November or something, and that could have worked better. Or October for Fantastic Four. Part of the movie is on Halloween. And still, I mean, obviously the Fantastic Four are like popular, but in the general audience, and in the wide variety of the whole Marvel universe, they're not the most popular, so they aren't really that well known. And they kind of have a bad reputation film-wise with the three other ones, all being flops as well. Now, I think this is obviously the greatest out of all of them. It just dropped at the box office for some reason. People also could have felt that the final battle was underwhelming, and that Galactus was maybe kind of a disappointment. And those are just some reasons why I think Fantastic Four flopped at the box office. So those are just my thoughts on why I think Marvel has been flopping at the box office recently. Like I said, I think these movies have been enjoyable, and I will review Captain America Brave New World next video, and Thunderbolts when it comes out on Disney Plus. I just think people are tired right now with superhero movies and Marvel, even though they're trying to build hype for Doomsday and everything. And I hope the future is bright with Spider-Man Brand New Day, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. And I think Kevin Feige has a plan. Those are just my thoughts and opinions. I just thought it would be a good topic, so comment down below if you agree or disagree. And I hope Marvel can thrive at the box office again. Have a Cine day.